It's that time of year where we start setting New Year's resolutions. And if you're freelancing, you may well be setting some for your business. Now, we all know how easy it is to set these resolutions and have already given up on them before we've hit the end of January. So if one of your resolutions is to be more consistent with your content for your business this year, stay tuned because I'm going to share 3 New Year's content resolutions that will be easy for you to keep this year. I'm Laura Bean and this is Creative Little World. So creating content for your business can be a little bit of a mission, especially if you haven't got a consistent approach to it. We're all guilty of finding time for our clients, but not for our own business. Well, this year that's going to change. I want you to start now by setting some times in your calendar. Now you can do this content regime either once a week, once a fortnight, or once a month. I appreciate we all have different schedules and times that we can work to. But your first task is decide how often you want to do the next step and put time in your diary. Block out a couple of hours either a week, bi-weekly or monthly and dedicate that time to the following things. Firstly, it's the long form content. Now this could be a blog post or a video. I wanted to give you options depending on what type of platform you were comfortable with. So for me, mine will be a YouTube video that I will also turn into a blog. If you're not comfortable with video, then just stick to the blog. Now the first thing to do is figure out the content for your blog. And my best advice here is to look for the questions that your audience is asking. What advice do they need? What are they searching the internet for? There are a couple of ways that you can find this information out. One of them is a platform called Answer the Public, where you can put in the general content that you're looking to write, and it will give you a lot of information on what people are asking and searching the internet for. You can then take this and create blog posts around this. It'll give you loads of ideas. The other way to do it is to ask ChatGPT. Ask it for content ideas based around your industry and the kind of knowledge that you want to put out there. I would still recommend checking the answers it gives you with something like Google Keyword Planner, because although ChatGPT may give you some great ideas, what we're aiming for is making sure that this is what people are searching for. If you really want to dive deeper in this, then I recommend watching my video on how to write SEO optimized blogs. I'll share a link below. So now you have ideas for your content and you've scheduled in time each month, whether it's once, twice, or 4 times, to write your blog or make your video. So the next stage of this and your second content resolution is to take what you've written or filmed in the first step and turn it into smaller content. This is going to be used for your social media. You can take snippets from your video content and turn that into short videos for Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. The content is already there. If you haven't done video and you've done a blog, you can still create these mini videos and you don't have to put your face on them if that's what you're not happy about doing. But what you're using is the content and advice that you're giving in this blog to shorten the process for you. Now, some of the ways I create my shorter videos are either to take an exact snippet from the video I've already filmed, use some of the B-roll footage, so this might be footage of me working, or simply use a nice shot, like a scenery shot, down at the beach or outside in the country. The key is to make the information you're sharing helpful. So once you've got your basic footage, whatever you're using, you can create the short video, putting in the advice and words that you've taken from your blog post or long form video. That's not the only way to share this information on social media. You could do a static image. I love using Canva for things like this. I create a lot of reels in Canva. I create all my static imagery in Canva. Use a static image and take helpful snippets from your blog or your video and write that as a post. You'll literally half the time that you'll think about your social media. You'll have so much useful information in that initial long form content. You should be able to get at least 3 or 4 posts to use as part of that content process. Now, one of the other New Year's resolutions that we often make is to get on with our email marketing. Hands up if you've said at the beginning of most years, I'm going to do email marketing this year. But what we've done already is made this email marketing process easier. So let's go back to our long form content at the beginning. You can use this in your marketing in a couple of ways. Firstly, you could share a link to your content. This might be the video itself or the blog, and just shortly summarize in that email what your content is and how it's going to help that person. Invite them to click through and read more. Or you could just simply take some snippets out and send it as helpful information to your audience. clients. What we're essentially doing is one piece of work which we're going to break down into several bits of content to help us keep consistent in the new year. So I've given you 3 ways to keep that New Year's content resolution. But what's going to be key here is making sure it's planned in. As I said at the beginning of this video, get your calendar open, decide how often you want to do this, and be realistic. Don't put the pressure on yourself to do it weekly if you really can't do that. Bi-weekly is fine, and even monthly, because you could separate that content out to drip feed throughout the rest of the month. We often fail because we put too much pressure on. So be realistic, plan it in, and get consistent. I hope this has helped. Let me know what other New Year's resolutions you've got below, and let's try and keep each other motivated through the next year. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be sharing lots of helpful information over the next year that's really going to help your business grow. For now, I wish you a happy new year. Let's make this next one our best year yet.